Hi crypto fans, welcome to CCS Cryptocurrency State. My name is Santiago, I'm a web developer and investor. In today's video we are going to do some technical analysis on the crypto market. I am going to compare the Bitcoin technical analysis on the last weeks with the current week, and I will tell you what I am exactly doing, what are the possibilities on this market, and why I say this is once in a year opportunity. Before we begin, please like the video, subscribe to the channel and click the bell to get the notifications. And without anything else, let's go into it. Hey guys, well, we are in a bear downtrend, of course. This is not a bear market yet because we didn't break market structure yet, but we are in a downtrend from November already. We have some weeks of consolidation here, but now the last week we already break the line of support for 47, and now we are around 41, 42. Today we went into 39, so that was super bearish, but we recovered quickly on the day. But mainly we are in a downtrend. These are the indicators on the last week of December, first week of January already. We can see how we started to move from some bullish or neutral indicators into a complete bearish week on the first week of January. And that was before breaking the support here on 47. So you can see how all the charts have been changing from a more bullish perspective into a bearish perspective, mostly in the last 3 weeks. And today we can see on a weekly time frame we are super bearish. All the indicators are marking a bearish momentum. Some of them are neutral. The RSI is still in the middle in the area of 40, but mainly the other indicators are bearish. Like I mentioned many times before, on a weekly time frame we need to be above 21 moving average to be bullish, like many other bull runs, and in order to preserve that structure we need to be above the 50. That is also what happened here on May and April when we went into this downtrend, but right now we are in a more critical situation. We break that in this week, recover it, break it again, and now this week is acting as confirmation that we are below that. So usually what happens when we are below the 50 is that we are in a bear market or a pronunciation of the downtrend. That happened here after the bull market of January 2018. We entered into a bear market when we broke below the 50. That was for a couple of months. Then we were below also on the Corona dump, but we recovered quickly 2020 to 2021. But anyways, in the history we can see in all the chart of history of Bitcoin that going below the 50 moving average on a weekly time frame is super bearish. And all the indicators that I showed before are still bearish. The MACD bearish, RSI is neutral, we are at 40 but slightly bearish because it's heading down. In the weekly stochastic RSI we are still bearish, we had the cross and a fake out. Money flow index very similar to the RSI. TD sequential already marked a 9. In the weekly time frame, alligator is completely bearish, so we changed from slightly bearish on last week to completely bearish on this week. So in a weekly time frame, we don't have doubts that we are in a downtrend. Until when? Well, we don't know that right now, but we are in a critical position of support right now. The previous one was this one at 46, 47, and from there we say directly we are going to go to 40 to 42. So these are the extreme lines of support and resistance. And from where we are right now, I think the next level in this weekly time frame, it will be the resistance and support from this area. That also was support and resistance on this area. And merely this week, it's not an exact line, it's more like a zone. I will say between 37 to 39. This is the line of support and resistance, and from there then we can go directly to 30. So we still need to wait and see what happens in the weekly time frame. In a daily time frame the situation is a little different. Of course we are in a downtrend also, we are bearish, we are below all major important moving average. And the time of the writing we can see here the 50 moving average, which is going down directly to cross the 200 moving average. And this, guys, is a technical death cross. So usually a death cross means that we have a entering, is one of the indicators that mention that we are entering into a bear market. That happened here, and from here we have this downtrend. Happened here after a couple of days there in the Corona dump. And you can find death cross and golden crosses, of course, all the charts of Bitcoin. So anyways, usually it's a bad sign. That doesn't mean that should mark a for sure 100% a bear market. You can see how we have that cross here, but a couple of months after we had a golden cross. Maybe this means that we are going to go a little more down, maybe consolidate and recovery like we did this time here from April to June, or maybe it will be a more prolonged bear market. That is something to consider, but anyways, a death cross is really close in a couple of days. But in terms of the indicators, I put here that we have an RSI bullish, stochastic RSI is slightly bullish, and the money flow index is slightly bullish also. If you see the chart of those indicators, it doesn't mean that we are in an uptrend. It's actually said that we are oversold. You can see here the RSI on the daily time frame. The last time we were below 30, it was here in May in the dump. And before that, it was in March 2020. So you can see here how these are one on a year opportunity sometimes. So this is a very important moment for me because we went below this level on the RSI. I am starting to put my buy entries. It's not that I am buying everything right now in the market with the money power that I have. It's that I am starting to make a dollar cost average strategy. But at these levels, it's super convenient to start entering some positions for a long term. The stochastic RSI slightly bullish because we are already oversold and we have the cross. Still we need the confirmation about 20 of course, but anyways this is slightly bullish. And the money flow index also went into lower territories around 20 and now it's a little recovering. But because these three indicators are already oversold, that means that are a bullish indicator right now. The rest of indicators on the daily time frame remain bearish. A couple of things also to mention from this daily time frame is that there are some discussions about this pattern being repeated. We have this here, then we have this top, and then we have this at another top, and this fractal seems to be repeating at these levels now with this price action with a higher high, and then we have this another part. So some charts analysts are saying that this graphic here is repeating itself here. So if we consider that as a true, as a possibility, that means that maybe we are entering into a support area. That will mean that this red line here, it will be acting as support of this pattern, which was what happened here. We create these higher highs and we come back on this dump here. We recovered and started this new fractal, which is similar to the previous one. So this is one valid theory, and if that is correct, then from here we are going to have some consolidation and then resume a bull trend. The other possibility, guys, is this one, that we have a head and shoulders pattern here, and if that plays out, this is a bearish pattern in this case because it's a reverse pattern trend. So we have a left shoulder, a head, a right shoulder, and at this point we already could say that we break it, or we can trend it like this one. We can put the neck of this head and shoulders in many different places. This is valid, this is also valid where it's right now. But anyways, if you want to measure this, that will give you a price action to $24,000. We don't need to go all below that, but then I think at $32,000 it will be realistic if this plays out. We don't know if that is the case, but it's also a possibility. So this head and shoulder could be something that plays out in a daily time frame if we have the death cross and more confirmation of the downtrend. So this is something to consider. At this point of the analysis, guys, the most important thing is that we don't have certainties here. Of course, we use probabilities. At this point, the TI is telling we are still bearish. We are in a great zone of support. So from here we could recover. That is a possibility. have some consolidation and then recover, but we still could go lower. So that is why I say this is a crypto opportunity once in the year. So everything is super bearish, and this is the time when you need to start buying. So that is why, for example, I already started to buy ADA, like I mentioned in a previous video. If you didn't see, you can see here my strategy. I started to buy from $1.19, and I will be buying until 93 cents in all these areas from these two rectangles. So I started to do that strategy already. I am also buying some another coins, and I will be some another review on that. But again, this is a moment that you need to consider enter positions, not sell anything of you have. If you didn't sell at higher prices levels, then you just need to hold them. And it's a best opportunity to enter with new money, new stable coins, buy some positions on different coins that you want. So that will be all for this video, guys. Remember, before believe, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell to get the notifications. And I see you tomorrow with a new video. Bye.